Good morning. Welcome to Saturday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And it's a rainy day today. 100% chance of precipitation, and it is precipitating. So I think we're going to get rain much of the day. We'll see how this goes. Hope you're having a good Saturday, as much of it as you have occurred yet. Good morning, Lucy. Welcome. You are my first person popping on today. Glad you're here. Welcome. So we have a card deck we haven't seen in a little bit. Good morning, Carolyn. Welcome. Glad you're here. Here comes Cindy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody's starting to roll in. Thank you for the sunshine. Still pitch black here. And I think it's going to be a gloomy day since it's due to rain all day long. So we'll see how it goes. Good morning, Mel. Welcome. I think someone snuck past me. Either that or your name didn't roll. One of the two. But welcome to everybody. Glad you're all here. So let's take a few moments to do some nice deep belly breaths. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And one more as deeply as you can. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Just settling in and noticing your body. Noticing your body. How did it react to those nice deep breaths? Hopefully you felt some sense of relaxing and releasing into the present moment. So today we have, good morning, Peggy. Welcome. Glad you're here. The Oracle of E deck by Pam Grout and Colette Barron-Reed. And this is about manifesting dreams. And particular card for today I thought was very interesting, coming on the heels of a couple of things that both of them I guess I read on Facebook before I jumped on to do the early morning intuitive guidance. And it was both people paying homage to someone they knew who had passed several years ago, for both of them, but how much that person had meant in their life, and that it wasn't that this was a big, flashy person or relationship, whatever, but the still quiet influences that these two individuals, one man, one woman, had on the people who were writing these tributes. And so that kind of fits in nicely with our card today, which is superhero. So when you think about a superhero, what comes to mind? Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. Good morning, Pat. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. Is that what comes to mind when you think of a superhero? Let's see what it says. Superhero. Right now, you've got superhuman strength. The truth is, you always do. But most of the time, you don't need it. Why bother? Everything's rocking along just fine. You are about to learn just how cool, how strong, how amazing you really are. So, my definition of superhero is actually someone who taps into that inner strength when needed. Doesn't have to be flashy bells and whistles, no capes involved. It can just be the person who sticks with it, is tenacious, doesn't take no for an answer. When they run into an obstacle, they ponder that obstacle and decide, okay, can I go over it? Can I go under it? Can I go around it? Can I go through it? What are my options here? As we've been talking about obstacles, right? When we were talking about the pink elephant, Ganesh, the overcomer of obstacles. When we were talking about obstacles, they can also be viewed as discernment points. The opportunity to look at what we're pursuing and decide, do I need to tweak my goal a little bit here? What is this obstacle wanting me to know? What's it trying to teach me? Instead of, oh, I'm done. I'm dead in the water. Can't go anywhere. Look at it through different lenses. Okay? So, I want to challenge our ideas about superheroes. And I want to do that running a parallel process. So, I'm currently reading the book The Millionaire Next Door. All right. And so when I say that to you, millionaire, what comes to mind? Kind of like superhero, right? Glitzy people, people with lots of money, throwing it around, taking fancy vacations, driving big cars, yada, 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 having the McMansion. The truth is, when you read the book, they talk about everyday people who are millionaires. You can't tell by looking at them. The word that they frequently apply to those individuals is frugal. Frugal. So there are many people who are probably living around you who are millionaires. If you look at their spreadsheet, they count as millionaires. But it's not like they're flashy. They're driving their Buick. They're driving their Ford, whatever it is. It's not about, good morning, Mandy. Welcome. Glad you're here. It's not about that, the accoutrements of wealth, looking on the surface like you have money, right? And in fact, in the book, they talk about many of those people not even qualifying for their term millionaire. How could that be? If they're making $1 million or more a year, how can they not be considered a millionaire? Well, if you're making $1 million and you're spending $2 million, you're not a millionaire, right? So it's not just about income. It's about what do you do with that. And they have a formula in the book. So for those of you who are just popping on, we're talking about The Millionaire Next Door. They have a formula in the book where you assess basically how much income's coming in, how much you have stocked up over time. And interestingly, some people get that title millionaire having earned not a heck of a lot per year, but they were masterful about what they did with what came in, right? And that doesn't have to mean hoarding either. It can mean they utilize the things they have until they no longer work, then they get a new one. So my example of that for me was I had a BlackBerry, and I used my BlackBerry, and everybody's upgrading to all these different phones, blah, blah, blah. I actually went from a BlackBerry to, I don't remember what number iPhone 6 maybe, something like that. And when I went in, because my BlackBerry was on its last legs, right? And the person, the clerk who was helping me with this, looked at me with these big eyes when he saw my phone, and he said, "Oh, ma'am, you're going to have a steep learning curve." And I laughed at him and I said, my goal is I'll learn one thing about this phone a day. One thing a day, and pretty soon, within a month, I'm going to know this phone. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. But he was so used to the people who every time there was a new upgrade to the phone, they got the new one. That is not the way to become this kind of a millionaire. What you have serves you, right? As long as it serves you, keep it. Utilize it. When you're done utilizing it, or it is DEAD, recycle it. Do something with it that it doesn't end up in the landfill, okay? That conservative way of looking at money. Well, that's the same as this way of looking at superhero. Again, superhero isn't the flashy one with the tights and the cape, all right? Superhero is the next door neighbor who shovels your driveway when you aren't feeling well. Superhero is the one who takes someone for groceries because they injured themselves and can't drive. Superhero is the one who finds a way, makes a way when something gets difficult. That's superhero. That's all of us. That's all of us, right? All of our practical rebels here. We are superheroes. So when we face something, or when we have a day where, so here was my day yesterday. I made the commitment that once a week I'm going to put together an update email for all of the people who are involved in the intentional community stuff and send it out. So everybody's on the same page in terms of what's been going on, what have we accomplished this week, etc. So I got to share with you. I think I told some of you already, but this week's shining moment was we had applied for a grant. We had applied for $25,000. We were told by the granting committee it was likely we'd get 10 because it's the end of the year, blah, blah, blah. So I'm expecting 10. We got notification we got the full 25,000. So excited. So that's going for the development part of our process here. Really excited about that. So anyway, again, there's all of these things happening. So I decided a weekly email out to the people who are interested and who want to know or who are scared and need information would be a good thing to do. So last night I jumped on and I started typing up my email, and I think I put like a half an hour, 45 minutes into it, and it disappeared. So, to me, that was the universe saying, you need to take a break. You're done. Get away from the computer. So I went and made Christmas cards instead. But today, I'm showing back up. I will, thank you, Cindy. I will retype the bloody email. It may not come out as eloquently as it did the first time, but oh well. Good morning, Deb. Glad you're here. Welcome. Oh, we're up to my favorite number 8 people here. So that's superhero. Instead of sending out a message saying, sorry guys, I had the email already and it got erased. No, I will do it again. I will do it again. That's superhero. All right? So I want you to think about, over this past week, when have you had your superhero moments? When have you gone a little above and beyond? When have you had tenacity? When have you showed up, even when you didn't want to? When have you done something for someone else that was going above and beyond? That's all superhero. And I want you to own it. I want you to claim it. I was a superhero. Too bad we don't have capes. Anywho, again, it's not about big flashy stuff. It's about, what do we do on did you let someone in traffic? Superhero. It all counts. It all counts. All those little moments of grace like that count. So I want you today, at some point, reconnoiter with yourself about, what were your superhero moments this week? When did you go above and beyond? When did you show up for yourself, for someone else, whatever? Just want you paying attention to them, because as you pay attention to them, what was our card for the other day? When you pay attention to them, you do them more often, right? It just naturally happens. So we're propagating our superhero moments. That's what we're going to do. So I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday. I'm going to make some more cards. I'm going to spend some time with Diane. We're going to hang out and do some stuff. You are welcome, Lucy. Go forth, do superhero things. Remember your superhero moments, and let's see how your Saturday goes. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.